Oregon. Dana Altman now in his 10th NCAA tournament appearance. Did a terrific job at Creighton and has really taken it to another level with Oregon. The starting lineups: Dotson, Lloyd, Young, Moser, and Austin. For the Ducks, Wisconsin goes with Gosser, Jackson, Rust, Kaminsky, and Decker. And Bo Ryan, the veteran, 701 career wins, a .760 winning percentage. Ryan in his 13th year at Wisconsin, 30th year overall as a head coach. Terry Weimer, Ed Corbett, Tommy Nunez, our officiating crew. From Milwaukee, it's Wisconsin and Oregon underway on CBS. Wisconsin controls the tip. Couple things you're looking for early here, Jimmy.
I'm looking at the point guard matchup again. The quickness of Lloyd should be a test at both ends of the floor as Wisconsin starts with an air ball, and a few people in this building chanting air ball, not many.
Wisconsin actually looked a little nervous in the opening against American in the second round. Ended up blowing them out by 40 points, shooting 50% from the field. Lloyd, the penetration.
Yeah, he gets the penetration, but size hurts him when he gets down low.
Gifted scorer Joseph Young on the perimeter, 10 to shoot. The drive, Young, tip ball by Jackson. Lloyd into the paint, shot clock is winding down. The jumper, it goes. Mike Moser, a long two-pointer.
Had a little bit of foul trouble in the last game for him with 4 fouls. Only played 19 minutes, so I'm sure Dana Altman is hoping that he stays away from the foul trouble.
Badgers have won 10 of their last 12 games, making their 20th appearance in the NCAA tournament. 16 straight appearances for the Badger program. Kick out. Kaminsky can stroke it. Missed it for 3, and a rebound for Dotson.
Yeah, if he hits that shot or takes that shot, who's going to come out and guard him?
Moser. Short. Inside rebound to Gosser for Wisconsin.
Yeah, the Gosser-Young matchup is a very good one also. Gosser very good at the defensive end against a guy like Young who can score.
This is a Wisconsin team better offensively than they've been in recent years. Kaminsky missing, trying to go high off the window. Lloyd got a bump. Ball fake. Moser, the reverse lay-in.
Boy, you don't usually see guys get into their shot like that and then throw a ball fake in the middle of it to go reverse and gets Kaminsky to freeze on that defensive play.
Wisconsin opens up 0 of 3 from the field, averaging 73.6 points per game, the most since the 93-94 season for the Badgers. 4-0 lead for Oregon. Jackson looking down low, instead cross-court. Decker the ball fake. Oh! Sam Decker! Big finish!
It's almost a slap-down dunk.
Lloyd, the pull-up jumper.
And we get Oregon right back into the fray, though. And after even a sensational move by Decker, they come right down the floor and blitz it again.
Lloyd playing in his school record 144th career game for Oregon. And a whistle stops play in the half-court set for Wisconsin.
Might be Dotson down along with the grab.
It is.
And he loses control of that just a little bit. Did you notice how he got both hands behind the basketball to be able to dunk it along the baseline?
Gosser on a kick for Brust. Excellent three-point shooter. Off the rim. Decker gathers in. Athletic play from Sam Decker to get the deuce.
6 rebounds in the last game, but he goes after that offensive glass.
Young on a kick. Jumper goes for Moser. A three-pointer for the senior Mike Moser. And a quick 7 points for the Portland native. 9-4 lead for Oregon. Jackson up top. Decker doesn't go, but a foul. And Decker is going to the free throw line off the alley-oop feed.
And there are times when people speak about this Wisconsin team that they don't go after the rim and they don't attack offensively as much, but they go up and down just fine. And I don't think they're going to shy off from this pace. They just have to make sure they get the shot that they want.
Sam Decker at the free throw line. Second team all Big Ten. Shoots it at 67%. Out of Lutheran High School in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Combo forward. He's taken a step forward in his sophomore year. He has scored all the points for the Badgers. 1 out of 2. Long rebound to Young for Oregon. Just over 3 minutes gone by in this first half. Ducks with a 9-5 lead. Good cut to the rim. Dotson doesn't go. Rebounded by Jackson.
Good recovery there by Brust.
Jackson against Lloyd. That'll be an excellent matchup to keep an eye on. Kaminsky thought about it. Brust, pump fake. One dribble and a jumper. Doesn't go.
You can't get a better ball fake than that from the perimeter. Well done by Brust, just sliding to his left.
Pull-up jump for Young. The three-pointer is no good. Kaminsky the board, and Moser picks up the foul.
Well, those are the kind of fouls that you have to stay away from. They're going to need his big body in this game.
That is number 2 on Mike Moser. A big call against Oregon and Dana Altman.
And as I mentioned, Diane, he played only 19 minutes against BYU. And that is a guy that they need to make sure he gets his minutes.
So Moser sits. Oregon leads at 9-5, and some changes for the Ducks as Kalise checks in, along with Richard and Marty. Wisconsin not very deep. They play about 7, sometimes 8. Kaminsky inside. He's a tough cover because of the versatility and the perimeter skills.
Yeah, the perimeter skills are great, but I'm not so sure size-wise the Ducks can handle him down low because he's terrific at getting himself set to catch the basketball.
Wisconsin cuts it to 2. Young through traffic, almost lost it, gets it back. The transfer from Houston. They'll work it around the perimeter. The step through, Cook. The Milwaukee native is called for the travel.
The step through was terrific, except for the extra step that he took coming across the lane.
Oregon.
Season 8 per game. Interesting enough, too, with Wisconsin and Bo Ryan, they had to prepare for American that runs like that semi-Princeton offense, a slow-down type of game, and now they have Ducks here who like to go up and down, but really doesn't faze Bo Ryan and his team. He thinks he can play and win in both situations.
Limiting mistakes. We asked Bo Ryan, what's your philosophy? He said, get the best shot, get the most shots, get to the free throw line. Pretty simple.
And try to win.
Brust. A 3 rattles down for Ben Brust. Out of Hawthorne Woods, Illinois, the senior doing what he does. It's Cook! Athletic play as he throws it down on the follow.
Boy, if he starts to play like he did the other night, they may have to move this university to Milwaukee.
On a kick. Gosser knocked away by Cook. Cook coming off a 23-point, 8-rebound performance. Jackson the shake and bake. And it's rebounded by Kalise for Oregon. Ducks have a 1-point lead. Looking to push it up the floor. Kalise turns the corner on Jackson, and a foul call.
How about the decision by Kalise? He knew he didn't have the initial break coming down the floor, but this is almost like the other night. We had the exact same play, it seemed like, just on the open of this broadcast. Perfectly timed, finishing it off. Well, he is just playing in a zone, a comfort zone that is just terrific for him.
Off the inbounds, Young comes up short, but he's there for the follow.
Young is a scorer that loves to go to the basket. He's fearless. It wasn't really a great attack just then, but the follow-up there has a mid-range game, a three-point shooter also.
Oregon 9-1 in its last 10 games, 13-0 outside of the Pac-12. 13-10 lead. The jump shot goes for the freshman Bronson Koenig out of La Crosse, Wisconsin. We are tied at 13.
We've read a couple of stories about this game in the paper. Oregon was making comments like, we're coming after you to play.
Here's Kalise, the transfer from Detroit.
And very confident statements they were making.
Cook has been the most confident player that we've seen here in Milwaukee. Kalise off the stutter step. He gets Decker to lean, and he draws the foul. That's a veteran play by Jason Kalise, the Scarborough, Ontario native. Headed to the free throw line.
Yeah, he's so tricky with the basketball and knows how to get to the free throw line. Against BYU, 11 for 12 from the free throw line at 14 points. Boy, is that a big factor in terms of getting your team to the bonus.
They were 31 of 38 at the free throw line in that win over BYU, 87-68. And they're checking to see if it was a two-point attempt or a three-point attempt for Kalise. We'll take a look. And Kalise stepped behind.
All right, so he's behind there. Nope, and he's stepping forward.
It'll be 2 free throws.
Yep.
Oregon has now won NCAA tournament games in consecutive seasons for the first time in school history. 2 free throws for Jason Caliste, who shoots it at 86% from the line.
And when you're shooting the ball like that, what goes through your mind is first you're thinking you're going to get an open shot. Then you see you have the defender in the air. The last thing you start to think about is your feet and the three-point stripe. What you do is you go on a hunt to make sure you get the body and not miss the defender coming down.
Get complete coverage of the NCAA Division I Women's Tournament on NCAA.com. Jonathan Lloyd sits for Oregon. He's replaced by the sophomore Dominic Artis. Another free throw for Caliste. Oregon has outscored Wisconsin 9-0 in transition. Wisconsin handles the token pressure. Nigel Hayes is in, the fantastic freshman.
Yeah, they're going to need him to get some low post scoring. Here we go.
Drop step. They collapse and a foul, and he's willing to throw his body around. Nigel Hayes is 6'7", 250.
And it's pretty strong, too, and compact. Watch this little drop. Beautifully done. He doesn't get called for a hook because there was none. And he just, as you mentioned, you throw your body in there aggressively, 99% of the time, you're going to get a good call going your way.
Marty called on the foul for Oregon, the Big Ten Sixth Man of the Year, Nigel Hayes. Second free throw coming. Ben Carter in for the first time for the Ducks. Sophomore out of Vegas. Same starting lineup in every game this season for Wisconsin, one of just 8 teams in college basketball. And after the missed free throw, Hayes going for the rebound, and he picks up the foul.
Having those starters on the floor like that, especially at the end of the game or when you start to hit some rocky roads throughout the course of a game, there's no substitution for experience and comfort level.
Decker now takes a seat for Wisconsin. Oregon is 6 of 11 from the field. Wisconsin is 5 of 11. Carter makes his move. Well, he threw it into no man's land. It ricochets inside. Jason Caliste going to the free throw line. A chance at a three-point play for the Ducks.
Boy, it really looked like he threw it right to Hayes on this play. Watch Hayes turn. He's number 10 in the middle of the lane. He turns right there. It's right at him, and he doesn't come up with it. Broken play, and the Ducks go to the line.
And the strength of Elgin Cook just to get the hand in there and knock it over in the direction of Caliste.
Good point. And he knocks it back because he's a great free throw shooter. Gets to the line a lot. 86% from the free throw line.
18-14 Oregon. We approach the 13-minute mark of this first half from Milwaukee. Koenig handling it. This is Hayes against Cook. Strength against strength. He travels.
Yep, with a shuffle.
And the first turnover for Wisconsin. We'll get some changes here. Decker will rotate back in along with Jackson for the Badgers.
Not as deep as you mentioned with Wisconsin, but looks like Bo Ryan's going to go to that bench and keep legs fresh. And try to keep this pace to a mild track meet.
Artis swings it for Caliste. High screen set by Carter, and they get him on the foul.
Yeah, Carter moving, but Caliste moving too quickly, too, and didn't let the big guy set it up outside.
So turnover Ducks. Second Oregon turnover.
Caliste not hard to find, huh, with that long sleeve shirt.
Wears it because he is always cold.
That's a good reason. The way he shoots it, he's been playing as if it's keeping him nice and warm.
Open look, Kaminsky. Decker flies in. Kaminsky is there for the follow.
Oh, is Decker really ready to go?
Off the made basket, Caliste pump fake. That's a long two-pointer. Count it.
He's warming it up already.
Jason Caliste giving Oregon a boost off the bench along with Elgin Cook. 20-16 Ducks. Trying to dribble through traffic. Jackson loses his footing. And a timeout call at the 12:15 mark of this first half. Good action so far at the Bradley Center. Oregon up by 4 on the Badgers. Live streams exclusive video of Amen Corner 15 and 16 and 2 featured groups. For more, go to cbssports.com/masters and masters.com.
Syracuse team goes down, this is going to be one miserable broadcasting table.
Are you alluding to the fact that Duke got knocked off by Mercer?
Exactly.
We're unbiased, as you know, in this position.
I know we are, but
we're human.
It's what we think.
There's Decker on the drive. Gosser lines it up. Bucket, a three.
Well, we saw the Michigan team in the first game. When they were shooting the basketball well, they're a different team and a different team to stop. Wisconsin can play right into the hand of Michigan, too, with the way they shoot the basketball.
And this is where it feels like a true road game for Oregon. To the rim. Carter can't finish. Long rebound to Jackson. Jackson on the push. Jackson to the hoop. He gets it to go.
Great cross there by Jackson using the weak hand. Didn't look weak, though, with a lefty going strong. And this is where, with a crowd like this, Oregon has to be smart and don't get erratic. Play under control, not to the fans and the noise in this crowd.
First fast break points of the night for the Badgers. Carter.
Get a good shot and don't turn it over.
Here's Cook. Two-man game with Dotson a three. Bottom.
Boy, is that a big-time answer to get some of those red shirts and sweaters to sit down.
23-21. I'm glad you covered both. There are sweatshirts as well. So T-shirts, sweaters, and sweatshirts. Kaminsky denied by Carter. Knocks it ahead. Artis kick out. Kalista long three. Oh, he buries it. Jason Kalist, one of the best three-point shooters in the country.
Just giving them that extra boost off the bench. You know, when you watch Wisconsin at the offensive end, their offenses run so perfectly, they usually have balance defensively. And that time they did. Oh, man.
The answer, it's Gosser.
Nice pace to start this off.
26-24 Ducks. Artis being defended by Koenig.
Wisconsin playing to the fans and Oregon playing to their attitude.
Artis rimming no. And it's rebounded by Gosser.
And their attitude was coming in here. We're coming in and we're going to play our game.
There's Decker using the screen set by Kaminsky. A switch. Decker lets it fly. And rebound snared by Dotson.
He's pretty good in the open floor, too.
Damian Dotson driving towards the rim, cut off by Decker. Now they slow things down with Artis and Kalist in the backcourt. Up front, Dotson, Cook, and Carter for Oregon.
And Bo Ryan is going with 3 subs at the next whistle to give his guys a little bit of a break to keep some fresh legs.
Under 9.5 to play, first half. Kalist with 8 to shoot.
Okay.
Goes behind the back. Kalist draws the foul. More free throws for Jason Kalist.
Well, if you like to see some pace, Oregon is setting the tone. And
it's going to be a process. Now, you guys mentioned this crowd. It's a sea of red. And Gosser told me in the layup line that he has over 40 family members here at this game. Once again, another huge Wisconsin crowd.
And Gosser, one of the leaders on this Wisconsin team, Lewis, redshirt junior after missing the season with a torn ACL, brings toughness. 2014 Big Ten all-defensive team. And whatever it takes, if they need him to score, he'll step forward. If they need him to bring some of the intangibles, which he does game in and game out, that's what he brings to the table.
Yeah, former football quarterback, too, right, who knows and understands the different nuances of sports and carries that same aggressive attitude into the game of basketball. And this has been a good pace so far. And Wisconsin is kind of just hung with Oregon in the pace. Let's see if they can continue to spread the court and only attack off the dribble just a touch more.
Kalist gets a breather. He's got 12 points. Dukin is in the game for the Badgers. Rush trying to get it down low for Dukin, and a foul called from behind on Elgin Cook. 28-24, Ducks in front, and even 9 minutes to play in the first half. Wisconsin went to the Sweet 16 in back-to-back years, 2011, 2012. Upset last year by Ole Miss. 57-46 in the second round. Hayes squares and hits.
Great rotation and extension just then, and Hayes just kind of squares up. I think he was thinking drive to the basket. Defender stays away from him, gives you an easy little 15-footer.
Young turns the corner, leans in for the deuce.
You have to respect his outside shot, and that's what got the defender sliding a little bit that trip. Gossett just leaning. Young understanding that. Two guys at both ends of the floor recognizing what defenders are doing.
Oregon shooting 61% from the field. Wisconsin 50%. On a day that has not seen much offense in the NCAA tournament. That's not an issue here.
Here's the power play.
Hayes on a kick. Jackson with 10 to shoot. He's defended by Lloyd out front. Hayes sets the screen. Double up on Jackson. It leaves Hayes free. Rainbow jumper doesn't go. And the rebound ripped down by Dotson. Lloyd using the screen from Austin. Now it's Cook. Working in the post. Cook turns. And a clean play by Dukin defensively.
Step in. You know he's going to come across the lane to his power side. Whoa!
Hayes gets hit by Austin. No whistle.
Oh, baby, is that a hit?
Dukin the fend off on Cook. He was looking for a call.
It's starting to pick up even more so the intense level.
Hayes on an island with Austin. Big slide move. It's Nigel Hayes and the foul.
Couple of jumpers, one from the left side, one from straight on, and then what is he? Hayes, the sides are not going to back that off. That's what Dana Altman knows, how he knows to play, how he knows how to coach, and that's what his team knows what to do.
17 fouls against Oregon, so a chance for Wisconsin to really take advantage of the free throw line. Hayes knocks down the free throw to convert on the three-point play. The benches are contributing on both ends. 14 points from reserves for Oregon, 9 for Wisconsin. Young to the hoop, and he's fouled by Gossett.
Gossett bought that little hesitation at the free throw line. As I mentioned, Young knows how to score, and he knows how to score in a lot of different ways. 19 points on the season. Beautiful hesitation at the free throw line to get Gossett just a little bit to lean and go right by him.
Second half action in Buffalo, Syracuse and Dayton. You can check out that one over on TBS. 30-29, Oregon in front. Coke Zero wants to know, are you a real fan? Hashtag prove it. Visit the Coke Zero social arena in March Madness Live.
And Oregon has a bunch of guys, too, Ian, that shoot the ball 80% or better from the free throw line, and this gentleman goes at 88%.
First on Gosser's 16 fouls, and a pair for Joseph Young. Truck will come back in. He replaces Mike Moser, who was forced to leave early with 2 fouls. And Dana Altman trying to protect him when he can.
Yeah, on the defensive side for this possession, and maybe get some more minutes out of him. I think that's a smart move. You're going to need him in the second half.
And a step in by Amarty for the steal. Amarty going airborne, and a blocking foul.
Because Amarty did not give up his move too early coming down the floor, he steps out, and now watch, he's doing a little herky-jerky move and doesn't allow Jackson to step in front of him. It's kind of like, oh, when do I step? Okay, now he's floating, he's sliding, he's going to his left. When do I step in? Too late because of that move that wasn't that smooth.
Oregon is now 8 of 8 at the free throw line. Amarty shoots it at 54%. And he knocks down a pair. Oregon last season was a 12 seed out in San Jose. They advanced to the Sweet 16 with wins over Oklahoma State and St. Louis. Outside, Koenig. Fans were looking for a call along the sideline. 34-29, Ducks brust in some trouble. Trying to feed it backdoor for Decker. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Oregon. This is a Wisconsin team that commits the fewest turnovers in college basketball, just 8 per game. They've got 2 tonight. Gosser lobs it in, up top for Kaminsky. We're down to 6:32 to play in the first half. Koenig.
He's got to help him with 3 on the shot clock.
And it glances off the hand of Decker. Not a good set for Wisconsin.
Yeah, pretty good set, though, defensively. The Ducks bench up. They close. They find the first backdoor cut. And the second one is smothered.
Oregon up by 5. Young, the spin to the rim. Leans and draws the foul. Gosser reacts. And Young is headed back to the free throw line for the Ducks. That's number 2 on Gosser. Joseph Young, second team all Pac-12. His dad, Michael, a star at Houston, had his number retired by the program. And Young transferred from Houston after his dad was demoted from his position of director of basketball operations. Young got a waiver and was able to play right away for Dana Altman's squad. Oregon is 10 of 10 from the free throw line, really cleaning up. And tack on another. 8 points for Young.
And they keep the pressure on you against BYU. They were 31 of 38 at the free throw line. That's a huge number.
Ducks extend their lead, 36-29. This is their largest of the half.
Maybe a touch or two for Kaminsky down deep would not be bad for the Badgers right now. They're just smothering him, though.
12 to shoot. Jackson looking down low. And that ball came off the foot of Cook. And it's tracked down by Brust with 5 seconds to shoot.
He sees the clock, though.
Brust using the screen. Jackson lets it fly.
Oh, it's neck ball.
In the Spinarkle driveway, that means the game is over.
I am leaving. You're doing a solo act right now.
You know, I'd be okay with that, Jimmy.
Unbelievable. You don't see it that often, but that was a good neck ball right there.
They're going to keep playing, Jim. I'm sorry. The drive by Young. Kick out. Lloyd lines it up. Short. Out. And a foul called. It's a Marty trying to track down the loose ball. He banged bodies with Kaminsky. Second foul on the senior from Toronto, Richard Amarty.
I think the Wisconsin fans are tired of seeing the Ducks go to the free throw line.
You think those were sarcastic applause, Jimmy?
Oh, absolutely, I do.
Wisconsin is 3 of 6 from the free throw line. And Frank Kaminsky, who shoots it at 79%. Ben Carter back in. Amarty takes a seat. First team all Big Ten this season. Frank Kaminsky, major improvement from his sophomore year to his junior year, and he misses at the line. 36-29 Oregon. We come up on 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Lloyd on a bounce for Young. To the hoop. Rejected by Kaminsky.
There's the big guy stepping across, doing some damage defensively. Now you get down here and reward him, see if you can get him in the flow.
Badgers have gone cold on the offensive end. Decker against Cook.
I'd keep trying to drive it if I were Wisconsin. There you go.
Decker with a fend off, and he turns it over. Cook takes it away. That's the 4th Wisconsin turnover. Young outside for Dotson. Half-court set here for Oregon. Lloyd will get them into the offense.
Nice shake right there.
Young, the jump shot. Long rebound for Brust.
Both teams with 18 fouls. A great time to be going towards the basket, either to the post or driving it. I think you got to throw that one to the post there. That's it. Take it around the corner.
No points over the last 3 minutes for the Badgers. Getting clean looks. Kaminsky draws the foul on the spin.
So there's the smart basketball. Both ends of the floor. Guys are starting to recognize the foul situation. Turn it into a free throw contest if you have to. Here's a big guy putting on the ball with a little bit of a spin move just then. A 7-footer playing like he's 6'7".
Frank Kaminsky. His dad, Frank, played at Lewis University. His mom, Mary, played volleyball at Northwestern. Watch live games on your Amazon Kindle, Android device, iPhone, iPad, or computer with NCAA March Madness Live. Watch now at ncaa.com/March Madness or download the app today.
First team all Big Ten player. Watch the way he shoots this free throw. He holds his free throw his form. Boy, for a 7-footer, he shoots it well. Percentages stack up nicely, too. He shoots the line 80% and 38% for a big guy from the three-point stripe.
Oh, trying to force it inside, and Lloyd turns it over. Jackson right down the middle, switching hands. Hayes comes in for the offensive board. Slapping at the ball. Out of bounds, last touch by Carter. Now we got a timeout. 36-31, Oregon with the lead, the number 7 seed on top of the number 2 seed. Timing issue, the Jackson layup attempt never hit the rim, yet the shot clock was reset. So the officials did take a look at it during the timeout, and they've readjusted the clock to 27 to shoot as Wisconsin triggers in. Three-point shooting. Badgers 4 of 11, trying a backdoor, and it's denied. Police stepping in front. 5th turnover for Wisconsin.
Watch that baseline.
Young to the hoop. Sneaky play as he lays it in for the Ducks.
Boy, Wisconsin got back in a hurry, but they never protected the baseline that trip. They stayed on the high side thinking Young's not going to attack. There's a breakdown defensively.
Oregon equals its largest lead, 38-31.
I also like the way the Ducks are playing aggressively on the perimeter and then covering the backdoor cuts at the same time. Shows you a lot of their quickness.
Kaminsky doesn't take the three. Instead, the step through and kick. 12 to shoot. Hayes will get a touch. One-on-one with the experienced Moser. Hayes, great first step. Couldn't gather in. Kaminsky tries to dig it out in the corner, but instead it's Young for the Ducks.
He's got to remember that Moser has 2 fouls there. He's got to go strong to the 10.
Felice has the quickness. And a foul call. The push on Brust.
So here they come down, and watch this baseline side right here. Nobody guards him there, and he thinks he's going to dribble that basketball out, but not Young. Young's too aggressive with the basketball. That's a wide open seam along the baseline, and he knows how to finish.
Jason Caliste at the free throw line. He's got that routine that works for him. Working it around the back on the free throws. Coming up, AT&T at the half. We'll get you caught up on all the latest tournament news, highlights, and updates. That's coming up on AT&T at the half. Caliste is 6 of 6 from the free throw line, 3 of 3 from the field, and 13 points for the senior Caliste.
And 11 out of 12 from the free throw line against BYU. And he could spin this ball around his back and do whatever he wants at the line if he's going to shoot numbers like that. Man, that's a good-looking free throw, isn't it?
Graduated with a degree in communication studies from Detroit, and the postgraduate transfer, had a year left of eligibility, and headed out to Eugene, Oregon. And what a good fit he's been for Dana Altman's squad. Koenig, freshman, drives, stops, and gets the roll. 40-33, Ducks on top of the Badgers, and the crowd trying to have an influence here.
It's not going to slow Oregon down, though. They're going to keep coming at you. A little reset here. You don't see too many of them.
Young has Jackson there defensively. Lloyd for 2. Rebounded by Decker.
Yeah, I think they're going to make Lloyd beat them with a little bit of a jumper there off the dribble.
Good pass. Koenig sets it up perfectly for Kaminsky.
There's a trick in terms of freezing people, right? You try to freeze them so you can deliver the pass afterwards. That's Wisconsin.
40-35, Oregon leading Wisconsin with just under 2 minutes to play. First half here at the Bradley Center.
I know you're waiting for me to say Oregon's turning this into another type of amazing race.
Yeah, I really would have been disappointed if you didn't try to connect it, Jimmy. So thanks. Long 3, it's Young. Silky smooth delivery from the outside. He's got 13.
Boy, we had a great look over the right shoulder of Young just then.
43-35, Oregon. Lob, Decker, he got hit in the mouth And a great save by Carter. 6th Wisconsin turnover. Young. Oh, heat check.
Decker wants some help real fast on that sideline.
Checking the teeth of Decker.
Exactly. And so you get incidental contact on a play like that, because the rules state that all contact is not a foul. So if you're in an equal, basically if you both have the same type of chance of going for the ball, it's up for grabs.
Did we just get a technical foul called? Ed Corbett heading over to the sideline.
I think Bo Ryan was playing off the fans' reactions too. Let's see what Eddie has.
It is a tee. The bench called for the technical. Joseph Young at the line, and he doesn't miss.
Team shoots it at 77%. By the way, just Decker's up on the sideline there, and you see him walking back in the background there. He looks like he's still hurting, but going to get back in. Let's see what happens. He's clapping on the sideline. Maybe it was...
Yeah, right there.
Yep. Good catch.
So Joseph Young with 17 first-half points. It's a 7-0 run for Oregon. Wisconsin had cut it to 5. Now the largest lead of the night for the Ducks. Koenig, corner jump, in and out. Rebounded by Calise.
I think Wisconsin wants this just about a minute to disappear so they can regroup at the half. And Oregon would love to have another 5 minutes on this clock.
Here's Young. Using the screen set by Carter. Dotson the drive. Little bump. The fade is good. Damian Dotson. And the Ducks are pouring it on in the late stages of the first half. It's a 9-0 run for Oregon. Shot clock is turned off. 20 seconds to play. And Oregon has built the lead to 14.
Wisconsin needs to get one here just to give them a little bit of a lift for the half.
Jackson. For Kaminsky. Drives. Ducks through. And a foul called. Couple of free throws coming up for Frank Kaminsky as we check in with Lewis Johnson.
Yeah, well, Sam Decker still in some pain on the Wisconsin bench. I was just told a moment ago that he has at least one tooth that is bent back. So I'm assuming they're going to look at that a little closer at halftime, but he is still in pain.
Well, Decker took a shot on that lob as Carter came over. And Jimmy, as you mentioned, that's a free ball.
Yeah.
Both the offensive player and the defensive player have the right to go up and get it.
Exactly.
And Carter was actually in the better position, closer to the rim.
Yeah, because that ball was thrown towards the rim, as you just mentioned, and he was on the inside. And so Carter inadvertently puts the arm up, and collisions like that happen in basketball.
Coming down to the wire in Buffalo, Dayton, and Syracuse on TBS. Under 3 minutes to play, and the Flyers up by 3. Here in Milwaukee, Oregon 49, Wisconsin 35, 5.6 remaining on the clock. Get it in, and an open look for Dukin, cutting to the hoop. Half-court heave, over the backboard from Young, and that's how this first half will end. 49-37, Oregon shoots 56% from the field in the first half. Oregon, 19 fast break points. They get another lift from their bench, one of the best benches in the nation. 18 points off the bench for Dana Altman's squad. We're underway, second half in Milwaukee. And Oregon with a 49-37 lead on Wisconsin.
And they have to counter with some aggressive attacks to the basket.
Decker catch and shoot. Wow. Way off. Jackson is there. Jackson plants. Gets it to go, and a foul.
And it almost happens every single time there's an air ball. The air ball basically throws the defender off because his primary job is to block out. And he's thinking 1, 2, and then I turn and rebound as a defender. The clock gets thrown off, though, with the air ball. There's no 1, 2. It's a 1, and you better turn and find the ball. That's why the offensive player usually comes up with the air ball.
Third foul on Damian Dotson. Wisconsin cuts the Oregon lead to 9.
Wasn't a great set, but was a good production of points.
Pull-up jumper, Joseph Young. He is smoking hot. 19 for Young. 11-point lead for the Ducks.
They've gotten into a nice habit in that first half, at least, and right now in their first possession in terms of answering when they needed a bucket.
Dayton has held on for the win over Syracuse in Buffalo, so the Flyers' run continues here in the NCAA tournament. Lob it inside. Kaminsky all in one motion. And Decker finding the open man. Kaminsky hits double figures with 10.
Smart move not to bring it down. You don't give anybody defensively a chance to go after you. And good effort there by Decker. Good to see him back out on the floor.
51-42 Oregon. Young using the screen. Set by Austin. Young off the drive. 14 to shoot. Dotson directing traffic. Austin the pick.
Wisconsin fans looking for a stop right here.
Austin, the back and not a post player. Over the head of Lloyd. And a shot clock violation.
That's exactly what Wisconsin was hoping for. In the red, in the stands especially. Now they're going to get involved with this game as they tried to in the first half. And Bo Ryan, I think, is happy with in terms of what's going on right now on the floor.
Just the fourth turnover for the Ducks.
I'd say this early in the second half here, Ryan. This is an interesting possession. Not a big possession, but just to see what's going to happen with the momentum.
Amarty in for Austin for Oregon. Kaminsky backs in, steps through, left hand, and a chance for three. Wisconsin answering early stages, second half.
Remember at the beginning of this broadcast when Dana Altman said to his team, we've played against 20,000 people on the road and we've done well. Well, they're going to be playing against 20,000-ish people here. Kaminsky with that great post-up. You have to feature him in the blocks.
Third foul on Amarty, and Kaminsky misses at the line. 51-44, Oregon in front.
Yeah, big test. The offensive end right now. See if the Ducks can get it going.
Oregon 9-1 in its last 10 games. And Young is not human.
Marty with a big-time screen up top. That's just enough to free up Young.
21 for Young. Just over 2 minutes gone by in the second half. Gosser post up, moving Young. And Gosser with a strong move to the hoop.
Doesn't look like it. 6'3" versus a 6'2" guy. Just appears a little taller and stronger down there in the blocks. I love the way Wisconsin has made the adjustment to make sure they go to the blocks and get the inside game working.
Wisconsin has outscored Oregon 24-12 in the paint. The spin, Kalist. Foul called. Rust was defending him. And Kaminsky there defensively as well. It will be Brust, number 2.
I think it was Brust before, actually, as he started to get into his motion out front.
And Kalist going to the free throw line.
Have to remember the way Kalist plays this game. He understands and does it probably as well as anybody we've seen in our games here. The ability to get to the line and use his body to find defenders before he even thinks about getting his shot off. And look at the numbers at the free throw line.
Jason Kalist, perfect at the line. And it rims in.
Good shooters get the bounces, don't they? That's because he had so much rotation on the basketball. He gets the friendly rim bounce.
Jumper. Gosser, a 3.
Boy, a little trap at half court by the Ducks. Really didn't do anything. Was there a big-time breakdown over the top? Sometimes you have advantages to go to the basket. Wide open jumper.
Stop and go. Kalist denied.
Oh, he can't do that.
He traveled.
Yep, can't do that.
Turnover. And Kalist tried a tricky move on the inside.
Yeah, watch this pass along the side. Everybody over here is dead. They're not going to be able to get out there. They're flat-footed, not being able to react. How about Kaminsky defensively just there on that trip?
Wisconsin is 4 of 5 from the field in the second half. The Badgers have cut it to 6.
Ducks have switched to the zone look right now.
Kaminsky out high. Moser faked on a double.
You get a dribble or two, you'll pick this thing apart.
Gosser a three. Off the back of the iron. Jackson able to save to Decker.
Jackson actually trying to throw it off an Oregon player just then and missed them.
Here's Jackson. Gives it up. Gosser off the drive. Decker ball fake. Russ doesn't take the three. Tight defense there from Lloyd. Dump it inside. The back in. It's Kaminsky starting to dominate in the paint.
And that's Wisconsin basketball. They turned down 3 shots just then to make sure they got something in the post. Well executed. The fans recognize that's Wisconsin basketball. I think more importantly, they're thinking that their guys have come together to play in this second half.
14-6 run to open the second half. Lloyd doesn't take the three. Instead, the drive to the hoop. Oh, tip in doesn't go by Moser. Jackson up the floor for the Badgers.
Look at the lob. Oh, they just missed it with Decker.
Kaminsky. Three.
Somebody better call a timeout. And I don't think it's Wisconsin who's concerned about it.
A Badger barrage to open the second half. It's a one-point game in Milwaukee. Advances with that win over Syracuse. Here in Milwaukee, 55-54. Oregon leads Wisconsin, the number 7 seed, leading the number 2 seed in the West region. It's an 8-0 run for the Badgers, 17-6. They've outscored them in the second half. Moser for 2, short, and deflected off of Carter, out of bounds. Wisconsin is 7 of 9 from the field in the second half. They'll look to take their... has come out and shot it 7 of 9 from the field. They trail Oregon 55-54. Frank Kaminsky, 17 points, 9 in the second half. And Wisconsin has the basketball.
Oh, they had to burn one right there.
Decker couldn't get it in. Timeout taken by the Badgers. 1-point game at the Bradley Center.
Look like they belong in playing smooth basketball, back to passing it, looking for the open shot, and they really have put this team, Oregon, back on their heels a little. Bo Ryan's team, nice adjustment coming back from a tough first half. I mean, tough in a lot of different ways, mentally and physically.
Off of the timeout. Half-court set for Wisconsin, trailing by 1, an 8-0 run over the last 2 minutes and change. Russ looking down low.
They're missing Kaminsky once there on the rotation.
Russ, you got Kalise to lean a bit, 7 to shoot. Here's Jackson. Kaminsky out high. Jackson loses it. Kaminsky pops off the front of the rim, and it's rebounded by Kalise for Oregon. (55-54). Ducks lead it. Oregon shooting it at 53%. Wisconsin is up to 54%. Moser pick and pop. Book it. A 3.
Well, just as we talked about Kaminsky popping at his end for his long shot, he has trouble getting out there on Moser, who shoots it pretty nicely at 38%. It's a little pick and pop there.
Oregon averages 82 points per game, 7th in the country. Rust with the answer. It's a triple.
And Kalise was nowhere to be found because he tripped that was in the lane.
Moser, he got Kaminsky off balance. Lloyd off the back of the iron, rebounded by Russ. Wisconsin down by 1 with the ball.
I think you let Lloyd shoot that shot, just don't let him get into the paint area.
Jackson a back in, working on Lloyd off the spin. Kaminsky's open.
Terrific basketball just then. The smarts by Jackson to use his size to give everybody in the building the feeling like, hey, I got the little guy, I'm going to post it up. He drags everybody to him, and a perfect release in timing to an option and a weapon on the outside in Kaminsky.
First lead since 10-9 in the first half. Kalise ball fake to the corner. Young fires. Too strong. Jackson with a weak side rebound. Wisconsin shooting 75% in the second half. Jackson asking for it.
He wanted to go with it just then, too.
Jackson fires. A three.
He thought about it the first time. Nobody comes out to play him on the D. Boy, Wisconsin is really playing off the crowd right now. And what was not a bother in the first half of the Ducks has now got them thinking and second-guessing a little bit.
Off the drive by Kalist. Lloyd backs it out. 10 to shoot. And Moser gives it up. Cook inside. He draws the foul. He is one tough cover.
He sure is. You know what? Ryan, he knows how to position himself for the catch, but then when he gets the ball, he uses his frame and body so well to get his shot off.
Elgin Cook, son of Alvin Robertson, the 1986 NBA Defensive Player of the Year, formerly of the Spurs, and right here in Milwaukee, the hometown Bucks. Tomorrow on 60 Minutes, the Pink Panthers are the best diamond thieves in the world. Their plots include beautiful women and breakneck getaways. Why are they so hard to catch? Find out tomorrow on 60 Minutes. That ends an 8-0 run. Cook is a 66% shooter. He's been a revelation in this NCAA tournament coming off the bench. He averaged under 7 points per game during the season and put up 23 points and 8 rebounds in the win over BYU on Thursday night.
Bo Ryan going with 3 subs right now.
Here's Brust. Off the drive.
Close, wasn't it?
Kick out. Dukin. A crowd caning.
Well, there's a lot of bumping going on.
Hayes over Moser. Short. And rebounded by Moser for Oregon. Looking to break out.
Got to watch from behind.
Shields off Dukin. And now the Ducks will settle in with Dominic Artis, the sophomore from Oakland, running the show for Oregon. Moser, step back three. Air ball. Rebounded by Gosser.
Now, Bo Ryan went with 3 subs on, and he's playing this strategy to get some break at the TV timeout, and he should probably get 4 minutes of timeout.
Oh, the crossover! Gosser! Pretty play going to the hoop.
So he knows he has Gosser and Brust out there from the guard position who can lead the charge, go with the subs, rest your starters. Great strategy by Wisconsin and Bo Ryan.
Largest lead of the night for the Badgers. Artis the penetration, hangs and hits.
Who's that hurt down there?
It is Koenig. Nope, take it back. Dukin checking on the injured player. The last meeting between these two schools, November of 1990, it was in Eugene, and Wisconsin beat Oregon 72-70. This is the 6th all-time meeting, and Wisconsin leads the series with a mark of 3-2. 64-61, Badgers had action away from the ball. It'll work against Oregon. Cook was battling inside with Hayes. Also, Ben Carter in the area. And it will be Carter picking up his second for Dana Altman. Gosser gets it in. Brust a 3. Put it on the board.
You don't get that shot unless you really drop a guy into the middle of the floor to pretend that you're going to get a try at a layup.
He has just tied the school record for most career three-pointers. 67-61 Wisconsin. Cook to the rim. He is just pedal to the metal all the time.
That answer man against Arizona State, terrific.
We'll hit the halfway point. Second half. Walking the tightrope. Hayes, kick out. Dukin an open look. Short. 67-63. Badgers in front. Artis against Koenig. Altman calls out a play. Spread the floor with Dotson.
And he's been quiet.
Artis one-on-one against Gosser. Cook taking a run at Dukin. And it's going the other way.
And I don't know if if you looked at that basketball, but it goes in on this drive. But this is a terrific defensive stay right there. That is a classic charge. He runs right through him, and you put your shoulder down and watch where the head goes down. I mean, that's like a fullback coming through the middle of the line for a 1-yard plunge.
Dana Altman, when asked about Cook, said consistency has been the issue. He brings so much toughness and athleticism, has a lot of upside.
Bo Ryan wants that contact out front.
Head and shoulder fake by Brust. Artist doesn't bite. Brust turns the corner. Can't get it to go. Decker crashing the boards, and it's out of bounds off of Oregon.
Yeah, and Decker did that without getting contact over the top. Long enough, jumps well enough to get a hand on it, and they retain the possession. Sleeping.
Flicks it. Koenig. Too strong on a three. Oregon had 19 fast break points in the first half. They have 0 here in the second half.
That's primarily because Wisconsin's running the show.
Least. Rebound fought for. Carter taps it to the outside, controlled by Brust. We are under 9 minutes to play now. Brust the pull-up jump. Doesn't go. And Artist with the rebound. Artist pushing tempo. Down the middle. Police leans in. And a blocking foul. Free throws coming for Jason Kalist with Oregon down by 4. That's number 3 on Ben Brust.
The Ducks, I think, heard you say didn't have any fast break points. And the fans get to see it on the overhead replay monitor.
It's a large HD monitor in these arenas, so
it's pretty,
you get a pretty good look.
You get a good look.
Jason Kalist is 9 of 9 at the free throw line.
Let's see, he's on his way up there, and it's just a touch of a move, slight. I mean, that, you know, the new rule makes it a little bit more advantageous for the offensive player also, because it's when he starts his upward motion with the shot.
Who do you think will come up big today? Tune in to the Inside March Madness postgame, presented by Buick, to see the surprising performance of the day.
And just to complete that thought, I think that has made that part of the rule, the upward motion, has made it more difficult to call that charge block call. Because technically, and I've spoken to the officials about this, you can start your upward motion with the ball behind you if you're going up with your shot, if you're tricky with it.
Kalist is now 11 of 11 at the free throw line. The team is 19 of 21. 67-65 Badgers. On the outside, Koenig. Defended by Young out front. Shot clock is down to 15. High screen, Kaminsky. Carter blitzes. Kaminsky was open for a moment. Decker doesn't take the three. Decker the spin towards the rim. Big shot, no. Decker got his hands on it, and a foul called against Oregon.
Decker threw that against the glass. I'm not so sure in his mind he didn't think he was going to get a decent shot or a chance to put it in the bucket, but if he got it on the glass, it gave him a second chance to know where it was going to kick off.
That's 5 team fouls against the Ducks. Carter his 3rd, and Brust checks back in for Wisconsin, replacing Koenig. Get it in for Brust. Off the curl, Decker, kick, Brust to 3. And a foul on the floor. A push against the Ducks.
Kalist down below. He was stuck with Kaminsky.
That is his first, team foul number 6, with 8:08 to play. Gosser, the trigger man, lobs it out high for Kaminsky. Around the perimeter, Decker.
Wisconsin with only 3 team fouls on him also. As you mentioned, 6 on the Ducks.
Brust doesn't shoot it. Decker one-on-one with Cook.
Have a look for Kaminsky, who's trying to post up.
There's Jackson. Open look, Kaminsky. Decker. Oh, what a block. And it comes the other way for Oregon.
That was Cook getting his hand on it.
Lloyd. Small against big. And bouncing it to the cameraman. will step aside. 7.5 to play from Milwaukee. It's a 2-point lead.
First half, and they just haven't been able to get there as much as they have against Bo Ryan's Wisconsin team.
So a 2-point lead for the Badgers. 30-16, Wisconsin has outscored Oregon in the second half. Wisconsin has not committed a turnover since the break. Gosser feeding Kaminsky. On a kick, Jackson.
Ryan has his fresh legs out there. They've been rested.
Decker, he's got it. A 3.
What the Ducks have to be careful with now, Ian, is they come down and get an empty trip. And Wisconsin comes back and scores again on them. They may...
Young, it rattles in. Joseph Young from deep, 24 points for the Houston native.
Yeah, and he had the answers in the first half, and that stymies this little flow of momentum with the fans behind them.
Jackson using the Kaminsky screen. We've got 6.5 to play here at the Bradley Center. Winner goes to the Sweet 16 and advances to Anaheim.
The winner's going to have to earn it in this one.
Decker into the hands of Jackson. One-on-one with Lloyd. They show defensively with Amarty. Kaminsky, and a foul is called. Amarty a bit out of position trying to recover.
And he didn't realize he had some backup help here. Watch when he goes by and watch the green jerseys. There's Lloyd, and right behind him they got 2 guys standing in the paint to help him out.
That's the 4th foul on Amarty and the 17th foul against the Ducks. So Ben Carter will pop off the bench. Kaminsky is 2 of 6 at the free throw line. Normally an excellent shooter at 79%. He averaged 10 minutes per game as a sophomore, his junior season, first team all-conference, and misses again at the line. 2-point lead for the Badgers. Young will handle it, using the Carter screen. Young for 2. In and out, rebounded by Kaminsky.
I think they'll take that shot every possession if they can get that kind of look for Young.
We are under 6 minutes to play. Wisconsin 70, Oregon 68. Lob it for Kaminsky. The back end on an island. Kaminsky turns, and it's going the other way. An offensive foul on the big man.
Doesn't it become very clear what the call is if you just watch the body action of the big guy? Watch the shoulder come down right there. Simple. That's like the other call from the other side of the floor. Carter holds his ground, holds it a second time. Proper call from the officials.
First Wisconsin turnover of the second half. The 3rd foul on Kaminsky. Oregon with the ball down by 2. Here's Moser. You got Decker to commit. Now a switch. Kalist against Decker.
He likes to attack.
Kalist, 2 big men to deal with. And a timeout called by Dana Altman with 8 seconds remaining on the shot clock. 5:13 to play. The West Region 3rd round action. NCAA March Madness round-by-round game right now at ncaa.com/round-by-round. 8 seconds to work with here. Foul trouble for Oregon. 4 on Amarty. Dotson, Cook, and Carter each with 3. Young, the penetration to the hoop. He floats it in. We are tied at 70. 26 for Joseph Young.
How often do we see the guy taking it out of bounds, and especially if it's Young? Well, that was a telegraphed play, and they executed it perfectly.
Wisconsin spreads it with Gosser. Now Jackson. Backing in. Jackson, the flip, no. Jackson stripped of the ball. He brought it down low, and Lloyd took it away.
And that's where Lloyd lives.
Kalist is bumped by Hayes. Wisconsin, 15 foul, so Oregon will have it on the side. We're down to 4:37 to play.
They pull a quick huddle, don't they? The Ducks. When they have a second, they come together. I gotta believe that this guy Young is going to be handling the basketball with some high screens. Watch for police to catch and go with it.
Oregon looking for the lead. Young against Gosser. Moser sets the screen out front. Now it's Caliste.
Yep, there he goes.
And a foul on the outside. That's 16 fouls against the Badgers.
You know what, though, Ian? That's a pretty good 20-second set against Bo Ryan's team, because now he's going to the bench to get a sub in. But they just picked up 2 fouls. They went from the 4th foul to the 5th and the 6th within, 15 seconds or so?
And it forces Bruss to the bench with his 4th personal, replaced by the freshman, Koenig. Get it in for Young. New shot clock to work with. Lloyd on the perimeter. Caliste was looking for the lob, and a foul on Gosser, trying to body up Moser, and that will send Moser to the free throw line 1-1.
So make that 3 fouls in approximately 30 seconds. That is a terrific possession down this end for the Ducks to get to the free throw line. And a little tough there. You got to let him play it through right there. The little post up back and forth, but give Moser credit. Pretty good free throw shooter himself at 76%.
Oregon up by 1. Get the most complete coverage of every team in your bracket and the tournament's best moments with the TeamStream app from Bleacher Report. Fuel your passion with TeamStream on your iPhone, iPad, or Android device today. Mike Moser started his career at UCLA, then UNLV, and now Oregon. He has given the Ducks a 2-point lead. It's a 7-0 run. Jackson for Decker. Mismatch against Noah.
Take your time.
The back end.
There you go.
Decker off the window.
Smart. I love the play of Decker just then, and his point guard, Jackson, setting up a mismatch. You want to switch? Fine, go switch. But now I got a big guy against a little guy. I'll be patient and make something happen.
Young going to the basket. Floats it upstairs. No. Gosser saves for Koenig. We're down to 3.5 to play. Tied at 72.
And generally do not hurt themselves with turnovers, this team. They execute down the stretch.
Decker releases from that spot. Jackson keeps it on the perimeter.
Looking to get Decker involved, too, again on the blocks at 6'8".
Bruss is on the bench with 4 fouls. 10 to shoot. They come up on 3 minutes to play.
Good switch.
Jackson splits defenders and a reach-in foul. That's going to send Jackson to the free throw line for a 1-1 when we return to Milwaukee.
Well, here's that mismatch down deep. He's patient. He looks it over and says, no mind.
The son of former Ohio State star Jim Jackson, Trayvon Jackson, a junior, shoots it at 76%. At 18 points, 4 rebounds in the win over American. And hits on the first free throw.
Wisconsin as a team is 74% third in their league. And guess what? At the other side, Oregon is a 77% free throw shooting team. So free throws are a factor. Both teams know how to shoot them.
Wisconsin is now 8 of 15 from the line. Oregon is 21 of 23. The Badgers up by 2. Under 3 minutes to play. Young in a matchup over Decker. Got it! A 3! 29 for Joseph Young. And he quiets the crowd here in Milwaukee.
Decker had to be thinking under those circumstances that he was going to be driven on.
Ducks up by 1. 2:35 to play. Jackson using the Kaminsky screen. Jackson against Lloyd. Flicks it. Baseline jumper. Decker. Short. Rebounded by Lloyd for the Ducks.
Great work by Lloyd, too, getting back. Who's going to stop Young? Remember, Caliste is very good in situations like this also. Loves to get to the free throw line.
75-74, Oregon in front. We will hit the 2-minute mark. Young gives it up. Lloyd with it to shoot. The drive. Spins. Doesn't go. Kaminsky with the board for Wisconsin.
Cook right on his back the whole trip.
Badgers looking to take the lead. Jackson against Cook. Kick out. Decker. Didn't shoot it. Gosser will. Oh, there's the win. Rebounds. Foot forward. Goes to Decker. Wisconsin. Jackson a jumper. That doesn't go. Rebound. Koenig's got it. And the Badgers with an extended possession. Can they take the lead? A minute 27 to play.
2 times they had 2 guys on the basketball at the same time, the Ducks, and both times they didn't get the basketball and possession of it.
Timeout called by Bo Ryan. A 1-point game in the West. Wisconsin with the ball. They've got 28 seconds on the shot clock. A minute 26 left on the game clock.
I think that possession arrow, a lot of times it's understated. That's important in case you get in trouble. You can go for a jump ball and retain possession.
Gosser, he'll go deep for Jackson. The safety valve to the backcourt with 1:20 to play in a 1-point game. Kaminsky leans in, comes up short. Kaminsky keeps it alive. New shot clock for the Badgers. Coming up on 1 minute left. Plus the 3. He hits! Ben Brust from deep. And Wisconsin in front by 2. He is the new career 3-point record holder in school history. Young to the hoop. Doesn't go. Knocked out of bounds. Off of Oregon. Wisconsin takes over with a 2-point lead and 53 seconds left.
Well, that possession down the other end, it only added up that if they kept getting offensive rebounds, they'd be able to get that type of shot. That was a long possession. Brust knocking down a big timer.
3 offensive rebounds on that possession, Jimmy, and Wisconsin leads by 2. The officials have gone to the monitor.
I think it looked as if it was a double tap out by the Ducks just then.
Last touch, Oregon.
Yeah, it looks like Cook, doesn't it? Who takes it towards the basket because that's what they're thinking. They're thinking, if I get the ball or I put it back up. And that thought process brings it to the baseline.
77-75, Wisconsin in front. Just under a minute to play.
And from a strategy standpoint, Ian, this is where you earn your keep as a coach right now, because the differential, 53 seconds on the game clock, 35 possession. I'm thinking this is going to go Wisconsin way, but we'll wait a second to see what they decide.
Now the officials want to take a look at the three-pointer from earlier with 2:45 left. That was a clear 3 for Young.
Agreed.
And they just saw it and confirmed it.
So the next decision then, I'm pretty sure the call was pretty clear down here with Wisconsin basketball.
We are 80 miles from Madison, but if you close your eyes, you'd feel as if you were in Madison.
You could hear it. Yeah, I would anticipate this to be one of the most aggressive possessions defensively that you're going to see Oregon play tonight.
Decker gets it in for Gosser. Gosser ahead to Kaminsky. There's a 17-second difference shot clock to game clock. Wisconsin up by 2.
That's why it's a difficult coaching decision. Now they got to let him play it out.
Jackson the crossover. Lloyd went for the steal again.
Yeah, you don't want to foul in this situation right now.
14 to shoot. And the foul is called on Lloyd. 31.1 left on the clock.
How about the ball handling skills of Jackson against Lloyd? And more importantly, how about the patience of Jackson just then? He's not going to go until he wanted to go.
Trayvon Jackson, the junior, from Westerville, Ohio. He is 3 of 3 from the line tonight. First one is good. It's a 3-point lead for the Badgers.
Down 3 or 4, the Ducks have to take this down the floor and attack the rim. Plenty of time to go to the basket and not settle for a long shot.
Jackson calmly hits a pair. Oregon gets it in. Lloyd scoops it up. Ducks are down by 4. We're down to 25 seconds left. Kalist works his way towards the rim. Banks it up. Again! It's a 2-point game. And a timeout called. Kalist has got 20 off the bench. And we've got 22.8 remaining.
And clearly, Kalist, a great
79% shooter.
We'll see a screen for Jackson, who they're going to try to get into as the guard. But remember, with Kaminsky's size out there, Ian, at 7 feet tall, sometimes you can go up over the top for a lob just to enter the that basketball.
Wisconsin up by 2. Decker takes the timeout with 22.8 remaining. Wisconsin is down to... It will be Decker.
Jackson's eyeing him up too, Ian. He's looking. He knows he's going to try to do it. And guess what Lloyd's thinking? I'm not letting you touch this one.
Decker triggers in. Jackson, and there's a foul. With about a second coming off the clock, it's called against Lloyd.
As good as you can do for both teams just then.
Double bonus.
Yep, you get Jackson catching the basketball, your guard, the quick guy. And Lloyd does the right thing from a Oregon perspective. So not a whole lot of damage. Now we'll see what happens at the free throw line. One way to control the game, and Wisconsin's in the driver's seat if they make all their free throws.
Jackson is 5 of 5. Jackson 6 of 6 at the line with 21.4 to go. Jackson with a wry smile. This one will make it a 2-possession game. Trayvon Jackson. Ooh, off the back of the iron. Decker with the board. Well, and a tie-up. Oregon's got the ball. Possession arrow to the Ducks. Oregon down by 3 with 18.5 remaining. The Ducks are 8 of 16 from three-point territory. It looked like Decker had it and then lost it a bit on his hip. Wow.
Was that hand around the rim, around the body, hanging on to it? Got all sorts of confusion here.
They inbounded the ball, and then we did get the horn as the officials huddle up. Robert Steffen is the standby official along the scorers table. And now Ed Corbett, the crew chief, is going to take a look. 26 years as a Division I official. 4 national championship games for Corbett.
Yeah, when's the whistle blow here, Ian? See, there's 21 seconds. Probably blows right there at, I think, 19-ish. So you may see a second go on the clock here.
Right now it's 18.5. And they're going to take a look at the clock from this angle.
All right, so possession. I think he may still have a hand on that ball around the body. Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be 19 and change.
Is that a tie-up in your mind? I know they can't change that.
Well, what they see is the initial grab, right? There's 3 officials from 3 different angles. I think you have to watch when I think it's Cook, 23, stays with the play, has it there. And, wow. You could make an argument that it was loose.
Whistle blew with about 19.3.
And that official had the good angle right there.
And that is Ed Corbett.
Yeah.
They're going to put 19.6 on the clock, it looks like. So add a second and a 10th. Wisconsin 80, Oregon 77. Winner moves on to the Sweet 16 in Anaheim.
See, I think there's enough time in this clock, and then you look at the score, and it's a 3-point differential. If you can get the ball going up the court in a hurry and try to take it to the basket, nothing wrong with trying to kick it all the way to the basket if you have to kick it out. But Young is a shooter.
Oregon down by 3. Young sets up, fires off the rim, tracked down by Decker, and a foul called. They're going to put time back on the clock. Right now it's at 9.1, but the whistle blew with about 9.7. Young was looking for the tie, and Decker will head to the free throw line.
You see how he had to float back just a little bit? Causes the ball to be just a touch short because he had the arc on the basketball. Good track down in the corner.
And again, they will head to the monitor to get the time correct. This time it's Tommy Nunez. It will be free throws for Decker, who was fouled by Lloyd.
So watch for the screen. Pretty good screen up front, wasn't it?
A thump.
And then because, if you look at that shot, Ian, notice also the clock, they'll figure the clock out. But one of the points to make out on that shot with Young just then, who jumped out on him? the 7-footer. So what happens there is, as a shooter, you now have to adjust slightly because you see the big extension of the arm coming at you. You have to go upstairs even further.
They're going to put 10.4 on the clock. And Decker will head to the free throw line. Oregon scored 49 points in the first half. They led by 12. Wisconsin has held the Ducks to 28 points in the second half. And an opportunity to bring this to a 2-possession lead. 80-77 Wisconsin. Badgers in the double bonus.
68% free throw shooter on the line who needs 1 out of 2 to go.
Sam Decker gets the roll. 81-77 Badgers.
It is a full blitz up the court. Make or miss by the Ducks. Looking totally for the 3.
2 out of 2 for Decker. 10 seconds left. Lloyd rushes it up the floor. Down to 7 seconds left. Lloyd to the hoop. Kick out. Moser a 3. Off the mark. Rebound foot 4. And a foul call. Bodies flying. Jackson goes down hard. Kaminsky will lift him up. The fans react.
The officials are still trying to take control of this, which they have to do. This game is over. They're making sure the tempers don't get out of control right now. Watch on the right side after this play.
And Kalist.
There's the push.
He'll get charged with a foul.
And probably more.
The officials will head to the monitor, take a look at this.
Yep, with that push, he's going to get at least a flagrant 1. So there's the grab, and watch afterwards once again. Tommy Nunez Jr. right there, separating the players. I'm not so sure it was going to go any further than that, especially when one guy's on the floor, but a tough way to end the game.
And Jackson is heading to the free throw line. Kalist heads to the Oregon bench. 0.6 remaining on the clock. Trayvon Jackson, big free throws down the stretch. 83-77 Badgers. So the foul called, and then a dead ball technical foul was also called on Kalist. So more free throws for Jackson. .77 Wisconsin. Home cooking for the Wisconsin Badgers. They're going to Anaheim in the Sweet 16. Wisconsin advances